And tonight's number is 229. Yes, indeed, America, it is true. House Republicans voted en masse to block a resolution that would have forced Trump to turn his tax returns over to Congress Monday night. The measure was introduced by Representative Pascrell out of New Jersey, a member of the House Ways and Means Committee. Under a 1924 law, the Ways and Means Committee is empowered to examine tax returns. The committee then decided to release them to the full Congress, effectively making them public. Trump has broken the decades-old precedent, America, of refusing to release his tax returns, citing an ongoing audit, even though we only have to take his word for it if there's actually an audit. Now, the measure was first brought, this congressman first brought a request to the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee, Kevin Brady. That request was rejected, citing concerns for Trump's civil liberties. So then when that was done, Pascrell brought it to the full floor in what they call a privileged resolution. Every Democrat voted against it, and every Republican, you guessed it, folks, voted against it. So every Democrat voted for it, every Republican voted against it. Trump will not release his tax returns, or he's not going to be forced to release his tax returns.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a situation where we're going to see those tax returns eventually. At some point, someone's going to leak them eventually.
Who's going to leak them?
The Internal Revenue Service.
Oh, I guess.
Someone could definitely. I think over the course of the next 4 years, those tax returns are going to come out. Now, I think, first of all, it tells you all you need to know about the Republicans' priorities when they are willing to block these tax returns being released. If they had nothing to worry about, this would not be an issue right now. And the fact that you get everyone as a voting bloc online saying the American people do not need to see this is very concerning.
And what makes it even more crazy is that in 2004, President Trump, then non-candidate, then he was the birther Trump, said the following: "If I decide to run for office, I will produce my tax returns. Absolutely. I would love to do that."
That was 2014, yeah.
That was in 2014. Did I say 2004?
Yeah.
I meant 2014.
So,
right?
Yeah, that's problematic.
This is part of the course of the Trump administration. It's a lot of doublespeak. Like, they'll say one thing, and then they'll do something else. And I'm like, well, no, we really didn't say that. What we really said was this. And you'd be like, but the transcript said you said that. And they'll be like, no, we really meant this. I mean, you see it over and over again, right? You see it with, when they're like, oh, yeah, we had the Bowling Green massacre. And then Kelly at Comics is like, well, we were talking about, people were planning and plotting in Bowling Green, and so that became a thing. Or it's like there's a terrorist attack in Sweden. No, we really didn't mean a terrorist attack. We just meant that there was more, that the immigration or the refugees in Sweden are out of control. Or the president will say something like, we are going to deport people with military precision. And then his people will be like, well, he didn't really mean the military, even though there was a leaked memo from a DHS that said Trump was going to use the military. Not saying it's true or not true. I'm just saying you don't even know what to believe anymore, because like I said last week, and I'm going to say it again, this administration makes up news. They traffic in falsehoods and fakeness, right? And then they say they hate the fake news when they are the fake news because they create the fake news.
Yeah, I mean, the whole audit thing is just like totally smoke and mirrors. The IRS has gone on record saying that Donald Trump could still release his tax returns in the midst of an ongoing audit. Whether there's an audit actually occurring is up for debate.
And I'm pretty sure, here's the thing, if he runs the IRS, I'm pretty sure he told him to stop the audit.
He said, burn all my tax returns.
Not that, he just said, hey, listen.
I'm your boss now.
Or when he puts in a new head of the IRS, which is a political appointment,
right?
They'll be like, all right, we're going to stop auditing the president of the United States. I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah.
I think and we already know, he's admitted in a debate that he really didn't pay any taxes. I guess he doesn't want the American people to know he didn't pay any taxes. To be frank,
I think it's not only one, he definitely didn't pay taxes. Two,
you think
he probably is worth. I think he's worth less money than he says he is.
That's probably true.
And three, you never know where those business ties lie with the Russians.
So you think that when we look at his tax returns, we're going to see him getting some sort of money directly to him as person?
I think that it's not going to be
the
black and white on the tax returns, but I think once you have the tax returns, then you can start to disentangle all of, I mean, because anyone who's very, very wealthy has businesses inside of businesses inside of businesses, and that's a great way to hide the moving of assets around. Often there'll be bank accounts located outside of the country, things like this, and there may be 6 shells, but the core of the business may get a check from Russia, and then it gets funneled outward, and Trump benefits ultimately. I mean, when you have a shell organization that's receiving money from a foreign entity, it may not even show up on Trump's tax return, but it may give investigators, forensic accountants, something like that, the starting information that would allow them to get to that conclusion.
Now, here's the thing. And I say this over, like, there's 50% of Americans who doesn't know, it doesn't matter what happens.
Yeah.
Trump is going to be like, Trump is next to Jesus to them.
Yeah, I mean, because at this point, if there was anything that was going to deter them, it has already happened.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else the president can say or do to get these people to not want to be with him. I mean, I'm happy that Democrats are saying, well, your tax returns is, but at some point in time, we know he's not going to release them. You just got to give up the ghost. But then again, I mean, I guess you could do what he did and just keep badgering him until he releases them, just like how Barack Obama released his birth certificate.
His birth certificate. Yeah, I don't know. Donald Trump doesn't necessarily strike me as someone who's going to give in to being badgered, because people have been badgering him a lot about a lot of things. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of golden information that would occur inside these tax returns if we could get our hands on it.